Hello and a very welcome to all of you yet again to this channel. If you still haven't subscribed to this channel or if you're new here, then do press the subscribe option and click on the bell notification icon to stay updated regarding the further videos. Now let us quickly move on to the questions that were asked in MEG 11 American Novel Term End Examination of June 2021. So as the instruction says, we have to attempt one compulsory question from section A and rest of the questions can be attempted from section B. That is 4 questions from section B and 1 question from section A. So the first question that came in the exam was question number 1. What do you understand by the term American Renaissance? Outline its major achievements. So this question was typically from the background of American novel. We have to briefly discuss that what was American Renaissance and briefly highlight the major achievements of this particular period. Next, in this particular question we can attempt the other question, that is discuss some of the major thematic concerns in Black American fiction. So that was also one of the most important question. Here we have to discuss about the African American or Black American fiction in particular. We have to talk about the Black American writers, their works, their major themes, and this can be a very elaborate answer. Now from section B, we have to attempt any of the 4 questions. So the second question that was asked in the exam was from The Last of the Mohicans, the first novel of our course. That is, discuss the significance of the landscape in The Last of the Mohicans. So here in this particular question, we have to discuss the importance of nature and landscape. That what role or what is the significance of the landscape and nature in this particular novel. Now next question is, how does Theodore Dreiser portray the city in Sister Carrie? Discuss. So here in this particular question, we have to discuss the significance or importance of 2 cities, that is the Chicago city and the New York city, that is briefly discussed by Theodore Dreiser in his novel, that is Sister Carrie. So we have to elaborate the importance of these 2 cities in this particular novel. Now next, 4th question is, how does Fitzgerald bring out the theme of criminal wealth and respectability in The Great Gatsby? So this particular novel that was written by F. Scott Fitzgerald is a very important and a landmark novel. So in this particular question, we have to discuss the theme of criminal wealth and respectability. So basically these are 2 themes. We have to club both of these themes in one answer. We have to discuss the theme of criminal wealth, that stands for the bootlegging profession of J. Gatsby, that means who was the central character of this particular novel. And we also have to discuss the theme of respectability, that is we also have to discuss that how criminal wealth and this bootlegging profession has made Gatsby gain a lot of respectability or social responsibility and respectability in the society in this particular novel. Now next question is from Light in August by William Faulkner. This particular novel is also one of the landmark novels of William Faulkner. So the 5th question is, discuss racial identity as a central concern in Light in August. So basically in this particular question, we have to talk about the theme of race as well as identity. So basically we have to discuss the character of Joe Christmas. We can also club it with another themes like race, identity and the theme of alienation, but majorly we have to talk about Joe Christmas and his particular role and how he suffered in the novel due to his racial identity, how he was alienated by the society because of his race and his identity. So that is the central concern in Light in August. Now, sixth question is about comment on the narrative technique in Henry Miller's Black Spring. So this was a straightforward question wherein we have to discuss the narrative technique or narrative structure of this particular novel, The Black Spring. Now next is the seventh question. How does The Catcher in the Rye portray the image of the rebel victim? So this particular novel was written by J.D. Salinger, that is The Catcher in the Rye. Here we have to discuss the character of Holden Caulfield, who is the central character and the protagonist of this particular novel. So how he has been portrayed as a rebel and also a victim in this particular novel. So that needs to be answered in this particular question. Now next question is question number 8. The search for identity is a major thematic concern in Scott Mormaday's Home Made of Dawn. Elaborate. So here we have to discuss the theme of identity in Scott Mormaday's novel, that is Home Made of Dawn. So basically we have to talk about the theme of identity that serves as one of the major themes in this particular novel. Now last question from this paper is question number 9. How does the novel The Color Purple redefine the notion of female selfhood and sexuality? So in this particular question we have to discuss two themes. That is, first, the notions of female selfhood, that is, we have to talk about the identity of female or women characters in this particular novel. Also, on the same lines, we have to discuss the sexuality of the female figures or characters in this particular novel, that is The Color Purple by Alice Walker. So these are some of the questions that students were to attempt in June 2021 paper of MEG 11, that is American Novel. So overall, the difficulty and the nature of the question paper was quite simple. The questions were also more or less straightforward. If you have prepared for the examination very well, then you will be able to score great marks in this particular paper. So this brings to the close of today's video. If you liked it and found it helpful, then do click the like button, share, subscribe, comment, and keep supporting to this channel. All the best to you and thanks for watching.